Hello, this is Eileen, the environmental educator, and happy 2024, I guess. So let's start off the year talking about, that the children's, these kids are like in their mid to late 20s, a lot of them now. But the judge says the children's climate lawsuit can continue. And this is December 31st, 2023. So right here, it says a federal judge in Oregon, refused to throw out a landmark climate change lawsuit brought by children and young adults against the federal government, allowing their claims of constitutional violations related to burning of fossil fuels to move forward after 8 years of a legal tug of war. In 8 years, these kids have gotten nothing accomplished except they do interviews and they get a lot of press and they're so cool and people cheerlead them. But the thing about it is, these kids are, as opposed to solutions as the independent truth media and all environmental voices, CORE, McKibben, NRDC, Bobby Kennedy, everyone, the White Houses, okay, they are as opposed to solutions. But like Bobby Kennedy, they're legal, they're environmental activism, they're so cool, they achieve not much of anything, but so far in 8 years of legal tug of war. And so this right here is Judge Ann Aiken out of Oregon. She sided with the Biden administration, the government in the case, and they dismissed some of the children's claims, but right here, overall, Aiken ruled the suit can move forward, a victory for the climate activists, right? Activists are nothing but idiots who demand that somebody else come up with a solution that they have proven they concretely can't. Okay. So a victory for the climate activists after prior rulings from higher courts, left their suit on life support. And, the court, approach, they say some may balk at the court's approach as errant and unmeasured, but more likely than not, future generations may look back at this hour and say that the judiciary failed to measure up at all, is what Judge Aiken wrote in her 49-page ruling. So they're also very concerned. This judge believes these kids going into this very biased, these kids deserve solutions and the kids, of course, man, oh man, do they get pressed for themselves? Everybody's heard of this case. Here was a case, an article from June of 2023 that said that it can go forward. It's all this legal wrangling. And here's the person, Kelsey Juliana, who this case is named after. Look at her. Oh my God, she's so cool. She's an activist. She's high-fiving these kids. Oh my God. Right? She's the lead plaintiff. And so they get all this press because, oh my God, just look at, she's so cool. These must be more plaintiffs marching down in here. This right here, Steve Malloy, I don't really know who this is, but this was in an article, and they call Ann Aiken a nitwit federal judge. He does. Appointed by Clinton. I've read Barack too. I'm not sure. But right here, I just went and checked Ann Aiken. It says right here, Wikipedia, put out by the CIA. It says, appointed by, Bill Clinton. So, she's definitely in with that crowd, who the Clintons won't allow solutions, okay? But this guy, Steve Malloy, said she cited New York Times and Washington Post reporters for the proposition that this catastrophe is the great emergency of our time and compels urgent action. And so right here, he put out part of her ruling, right? And it says it right here. This catastrophe is the greatest emergency of our time and compels urgent action. And it further says here that, as this lawsuit demonstrates, young people too young to vote and affect change through the political process are exercising the institutional procedure available to plead with their government to change course. So she's justifying them being in the court system. And here is Our Children's Trust. They're the lawyers, Julia Olson and whatnot. And right here, right, in 2015, this started 8 years ago. The 21 young Americans filed their constitutional climate lawsuit in Juliana versus the United States. Yep, and they're so cool, they're going up against the government, right? And their complaint asserts that through the government's affirmative actions that cause climate change, it has violated the youngest generation's constitutional rights to life, liberty, and property, as well as failed to protect essential public trust resources. Oh, that's interesting, because the Constitution says, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So, these kids want their happiness in that the government owes them. And the judge somehow, I'm not sure how, but she says they're too young to vote and affect change through the political process. Well, I thought that's what they thought they were doing, being activists. They can affect change because they use their voice. So even though these youth, these truly an embarrassing group of people, right here, case file, this has the history of the case, okay. What's not in here is all the times that this is the history. They go through all the major dates of court rulings and whatnot. But what's not in here is, all the times they have all just laughed at the notion of the youth, right? Oh my God, Kelsey, Juliana, oh my God, she's so cool. Why doesn't she give the world solutions? Now, I know that she and all of the other youth are truly just embarrassing activists. They don't have enough of an intelligence to actually know what solutions should be, just that somebody didn't give me solutions. They're little crybabies. And right here, Wikipedia, that they have a page of a picture here. Oh, we'll zoom in on that. You look at them. There's Kelsey right there. Oh my God, look at them. They're so cool. They're so cool. Now, this right here used to be what Wikipedia showed. And now he is, even though Kelsey is the lead person, this guy, his name, XIU, blah, 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 THCL, something like that, Martinez, he is Earth Guardians. He really gets the most press. That's why his picture was out here for a very long time. Okay, so these youth, they are so interested in solutions that this lead guy, XIU, HTEZCATL at Earth Guardians, he's a fool. He's out there with the Sunrise Movement. He's out there with McKibben and Bernie Sanders. He gets press everywhere. Okay. But I emailed him, on July 10th, 2019. Hello, stop crying out. No one's giving you solutions. The solutions the world needs are again here. Give the world the solutions you seek. End your abuse of the court system, ridiculous lawsuit. End your no one has given me solutions upcoming U.S. tour. Get on solutions or close your fraudulent doors. Right. Earth Guardians. Now this is, of course, a nonprofit seeking donations because, oh my God, we need solutions. Okay. And what did he reply? Oh, that's right. If you don't stop this nonsense, we're going to report you for harassment. This guy hates the notion of solutions. This is 2019. Okay. That is, this guy right here. And here's another one. Now this is December 7th, 2018. He had just done a thing with McKibben and, Mr. BS Bernie Sanders, I think so I was like, listen, hello again. Our children's nightmare, our children's trust is the lawyers, but I call them our children's nightmare and anything but Earth Guardians. I'm like, listen, if you want solutions, be it. Give the world solutions you pretend to seek, or shut up, close your doors, and end this fraudulent lawsuit. And I talk about his fraudulent co-plaintiff, James Hansen of Nassau, who is so opposed to solutions that I'm under the threat of arrest and prosecution if I bother his office again. And, but, I told him, what frauds him and McKibben and, and others are, but he doesn't care. What was his reply to it? Capital LOL exclamation point. This guy, who is literally making a federal case out of the government hasn't given us solutions, is so opposed to solutions that he's going to report you for harassment if you don't stop bothering him with solutions, and he thinks it's funny. These youth are absolutely out of control. They are beyond abusing the United States court system. Now, I actually have two inputs sitting on Judge Ann Aiken's desk that one of her staffers point blank told me, no, I have these right here, and they'll get to her if this ever comes back to her courtroom, which they won't, because since then I've learned about all of the criteria for getting things presented in court. Okay. And you know who won't present this? Well, the youth who won't allow solutions. Okay. Our Children's Trust, the company, the law firm that is bringing this case, and they just want a case in Montana too. And that's ridiculous too. I've never gotten to those plaintiffs, but this is an absolute ridiculous organization, and they won't allow solutions, and they are all beyond abusing the United States court system because they don't care about their pursuit of happiness. They're, fools, activists who are putting the blame on others. But this judge, along with some of her other arguments, thinks that it compels urgent action and that the judiciary absolutely has to act. So I have two things sitting on her desk, which she's never going to see. I'm about to submit a third thing. I've been working on it. Now is the time, I guess. And I explained that, regardless of the criteria to actually get things into court, you can't omit this because it is the most important and compelling information in the case. The kids won't give it to you. Our Children's Trust won't give it to you. Julia Olson, the lead attorney, she's been made aware of this. Now, I hit those people up. Let me see. Right here, the first time I hit them up was May 4th, 2011. Our Children's Trust. They can't be bothered. So before they even filed this lawsuit, 4 years before that, they've been refusing the solutions they're now making a federal case out of. The government hasn't given the kids, okay? And who else won't present this in court is the people that are paid for by your tax dollars, the U.S. government attorneys. I actually talked to one of them one time. He's like, hey man, I'm not the head guy. You got to get to this guy. You email them. You don't get to call them. These offices are protected anyways. But I'm going to be sending them all, that these kids just actually won't act on their pursuit of happiness. They will not allow solutions that, had they embarked on ending global environmental illiteracy, ending our disposable society, gaining individual cooperation, getting hemp implemented, we would have already solved all these problems. They've been at this for 8 years, just in the court system, doing nothing but acting like they're the coolest people going, and oh my God, high-fiving themselves all over the place. All while they are refusing the solutions the world needs. So is it going to go anywhere? No. When it might go somewhere, if any independent media would do their job, which if you've seen my other videos, that's not happening. I'm, begging G. Edward Griffin to expose all of this, all the frauds, and that there's actual sensible, logical, can't be argued against actions we can take to just have respect for the one livable planet we know of. But will G. Edward Griffin red pill you? I don't know. His head content creator for the Red Pill Expo is Alex Newman, who is proud to censor all of this truth. If Alex Newman were out here talking about what a fraud these kids in this case are, okay, they would have withdrawn it. They'd be using their voice and getting solutions implemented. So I'll be doing a video when I get that together and put to the court. This all just takes so much time, 30 years of my life, and no one will allow solutions that, are urgently needed. And, everybody believes, including this judge, that they should be giving. Well, we'll see, because as I tell this judge, Ann Aiken, I tell her, you know what? If you continue this lawsuit, continue to just not order these youth to use their voice to get solutions implemented, because what happens if they win? Oh my God, yay, they won. Oh my God, they're so cool, right? They will be high-fiving each other all over the place. And then what's going to happen? Oh, the government, which hasn't come up with solutions in decades, is going to have to come up with solutions. Okay? It's never going to happen. Meanwhile, if Judge Ann Aiken refuses this, she is just the newest government employee who should be, a defendant in this case of not giving the youth the solutions they seek, which also includes NASA's James Hansen, who is a co-plaintiff with these youth. Okay? That's how ridiculous this lawsuit is. So, stay tuned, people.